Let's say, hypothetically, my son Barack was standing next to you and said the word Stum, Stum. Would you have any idea what he meant by that? It took me a couple times initially to understand that what he meant was solar system, obviously. And the reason it was so confusing for me at first is because there was really no context, or at least no context that I was aware of. And, we might be in the bathtub and he all of a sudden says, Stum, Stum. And of course, the context for him was that he, after bath time, likes to watch Solar System, which is a video that he's currently obsessed with. And so this got me thinking about how there are so many acronyms and abbreviations in spreadsheets. If you've ever used a spreadsheet before, you've come across hundreds or thousands probably over the course of your lifetime, where it might make perfect sense to those who are in that industry or even in that specific organization or serving that specific purpose. But to anyone else, it might be very confusing. So, things like LTV, lifetime value of a customer, ROI, return on investment. These are common financial model abbreviations. I even use my own. I use LKP for lookup, as in lookup value, TBL for table, RNG for range. So abbreviations have their value. And certainly in the case of my son Barack, he couldn't say the full term solar system, so he said Stum, and now I know what it means. He can still say it, and I still know what it means. So the idea is to make it less confusing, a little bit more clear. A couple tips to follow. Number one, as best you can, make it as intuitive as possible with letters that actually make sense given what it is you're trying to do. So if the word you're trying to abbreviate as manager, I abbreviate as capital M, lowercase g, lowercase r. As in manager, I just kind of remove the vowels. I'm gonna go over the bumps over here. And so make it as intuitive as you can. That certainly should help at least start the process. Number two, provide some kind of context. So I put the MGR abbreviation inside the manager tab. So even if you don't know what MGR is, you're inside the manager tab. So put two and two together and you'll have a better sense already. Number three, if you can, provide some kind of documentation or like a glossary somewhere along your spreadsheet in your project to say, hey, MGR equals manager, if it's not already clear. And even if it is, for redundancy's sake, just make it obvious. And finally, number four, give the person that you're sending the spreadsheet to some kind of heads up, a verbal heads up, a written heads up, kind of call it out in specific terms. Hey, MGR means manager. Those are the 4 tips that I recommend you follow to make the abbreviations even more intuitive and clear. And if you like these kind of tips, don't forget to subscribe, follow, or like that video, that post. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out and send me a message directly. Have a wonderful day.